Hello everybody. I'm going to go ahead and do another update on my fish room. I know it's been a while. I've had a pretty hectic last few weeks. For those of you that don't know, my daughter was born Friday the 13th at 12:45 in the morning. So I've had a lot of fun with her this weekend, getting a routine down with her established. But now I've got caught up on some sleep. I was able to get home and clean some tanks. So I figured now is a good time to get an update in while I can. What we're looking at here is my 180. My Haitiensis tank grow outs. There's about 20, I think 20 of them in here left, give or take. They're all about 2 to 3 inches now. I got one that might be 1.5, but right there above that pot. Zoom in on them for you. About 1.5 incher. Everybody else is 2 to 3 inch. I've got some really promising genetics in this group. I have not lost any to bloat. They're on a pretty strict feeding regimen. I feed them twice a day. Water change once a week. It's on a 180. Every time I go to do a gravel change, this tank is really clean. I barely get anything out of it. I'm going to have some badass little Haitiensis in this group, that's for sure. I'm really excited. They're growing really good, really healthy, as you can see. No sunken bellies, no bloat, no white poo. That's one of the big heads right there. In the back there is right there. There's another big head in that pot, meaning just the genetics that they came from. And the other group that's in here is, there's one right there. That one is like my old Haitiensis I used to have in the past, Voodoo, and what was the other guy's name? Zulu, I can't remember. But just the general lines that I've had before of the Haitiensis. There's another big head. I've never had these before. That's my biggest one right there. I want to say that's a female, but I've had some black males develop in the past. And this one here is displaying some of those characteristics of my black males. So, and it's the biggest one in here. So I'm going to give it some more time. You know, I can't go either way with it, but I'm hoping it's a male. But it wouldn't surprise me if it is a female. She runs pretty much this half the tank anyway. She's got a couple. There's a little male right there. Come on, focus. That she allows to hang out, which I believe is why I think it's a female. And there's another male right there. She's got like 3 or 4 males that she allows hanging out, so it's got to be a female. And then over here I got a couple other big females, about 3 inches. Haven't really colored up yet. Gonna be exciting to watch these guys pair out. Watch those big head Haitiensis develop their nuchal hump. I'm really excited. I'm glad to see a few other members out there who are really successful with these guys. Not only was I interested in doing Haitiensis again, I wanted to make sure I could do it again 100% successfully, no bloat, and so far I'm succeeding. So I still have the touch. You know, it must be the Alaskan water that I run. By the way, if anybody's interested, I can sell you that water. No, for real. Anyway, moving on. Here's my wonderful F1 Jag. Get a good zoom in on him. Still debating on whether I want to get a female for him. I mean, he's got lots of personality being in there by himself. I'm going to hit up Wraps and see if he has a female roughly his size. If not, he will be a solo male. Turn him into one of my little show fish. See if can't make this guy famous. I really like this guy. I have no problem dedicating one tank just to him. He got some really nice blues coming in his fins, or have been in a while, but this lighting really isn't showing it. The pictures show a lot better. And then over here to my left is a little 55 I had divided. with some Magnum X that I got from Umby King. And I will post some pictures. This guy here is hiding. I got some pretty decent pictures, but you can see, hold it steady here. There's his face, part of his face behind that log. This guy is going to be absolutely stunning. I'm going to name him Xerxes. And I've got another male really similar to him. He's in a 29 divided temporarily, and I'm probably going to hang on to both these males. Let the females go. Here he comes. Oh yeah, come on out, buddy. 3.5 inches. He's got some spots above his eyes. Freckling. He's got some freckling running across his mouth, some blues. You know, if you hit the light right, you can see it shimmer. Beautiful reds in his cheeks. This guy's going to be a showstopper, that's for sure. So is his brother. I am very, very close to just jumping heavily back into the Umby game and dumping all the species that I don't need. I am going to be doing, you know, that 350 gallon tank build I mentioned before. I've decided to get rid of all my tanks and build plywood tanks to replace them. So all my 4-foot tanks will be nothing but 120s, and my 6-foots all 180s. There's a little female. So I have 2 pairs really. I'm not interested in breeding these to each other. I do have another batch of Umbies that a buddy of mine bred. I will keep everything, all the information about the new batch that I have that I will show you later, completely quiet as far as who did what and what they are. So I'll probably save these 2 males here and find a couple females out of that group. But I love Umbies, man. Beautiful, very easy to raise, color up quick for me. Everybody loves Umbies, big majestic Umbies. So we'll move over here. My other 55. By the way, when I build my fish room, you know, it's gonna, all those 120s are gonna be double stacked along this wall. This wall is about 21 feet, so that gives me 20 feet to play with. I might cut it short. I don't know if I want to go that big. I might just go 4 racks of 2 instead. Just go with 8 120s, and it'll give me more room for my videos and film. Right here is a small group of real mags that I bought from Mike, Mr. Man, 316. These are his Magnus Fry. I have one F1 Jag. Where is he at? I'm hoping this is a female. Come on, stop moving. This guy here is a lone survivor that was spawned by my wild Jag pair, and I moved the pair out of their tank into a different tank, which is where my Dova Hades resides now. And this little booger survived in the Dova tank the entire time. I just pulled him out last week, and he runs these little Umbies around. I mean, he's a tough son of a bitch. You know, to last with a 15-inch Dova and a 10-inch female for what, 2 months? So I think this little guy's got some potential. I'm hoping to have some nice stunners out of these Umbies. You know, Mr. Man's got some fantastic Umbies. You know, I got distracted a year or so ago and jumped into Fest Days and kind of slowed down on my Umbies because there's so many fish in this hobby that I love to keep. I just don't have enough tanks. But after I get done with my tank build, I should have more than enough tanks to keep, you know, several different species, plus my breeders, my Umby projects, and have enough room for some grow outs. There'll be a total of, I think, 18 tanks, all over 120 gallons. Here's my Gorillaz blue pair. They're phenomenal. I'm going to give him this tank to himself, see if I can't open up his personality. They've been showing a lot of breeding activity. I'm not interested in breeding Gorillaz anymore. I want to keep Prime as my solo specimen, and I believe by pulling her out of the equation, all those hormones that he has from breeding will turn into more of a personality and aggression. This guy is easily 13 inches. Just huge. I can't wait to get my other tank set up. Better lighting, no glare. I'll have a drop cloth between my racks to prevent all the glare so I don't have to turn lights off. I think it's going to be pretty sweet. I want to get this guy as big as possible. I'm shooting for max potential. He is phenomenal. Amazing Gorillaz blue. Right now the light barely shows it in his tank, but I just take my eyes off the camera here and he's incredible. Incredible. Same with the female. You know, I wish these things weren't so damn hard to spawn. You know, I could spawn them again if I wanted to, but I'm tired of the divider thing with these guys. They're definitely a new breed of umbi when it comes to breeding. You know, it takes a totally different type of guy to breed, to do these guys successfully. Definitely not one of those turnkey pairs of umbies. You know, first person who thinks that they can just toss them in a tank and forget about them, they're going to end up with one fish for sure. Beautiful pair. Love this pair. Now behind me is my wild jag pair. I just did a massive tank clean on these guys. It took me an hour to scrape the damn algae off the glass just so I get some good footage. I'm gonna sit down here. Excuse the noise. I am selling this pair. They're a wonderful breeding pair. I don't have the patience for the male to come out of his shell. He's a beautiful male. You know, it's really hard for me to want to get rid of him because of how beautiful he is. But I am big into personality. The female has awesome personality. The male could give two shits. And that's what his downfall is for me. Is I got to have a male that's going to show off, that's going to interact with me. I don't care what species I have. If it doesn't happen, they're going to go, regardless of how nice they look. So this pair is available. If anybody's interested, please hit me up. They're getting ready to spawn again. They have some miscellaneous fry still in this tank. I've had them for a few months now, and they've probably spawned close to about 8 or 9 times. And she is ready for another couple thousand fry, which hatch in 2 days. Beautiful pair, wild caught from Nicaragua. Rio Panama, which I bought from Jeff Raps. Anybody's interested, please contact me via email, or you can go ahead and call me if you know my number. You can also look me up on Facebook. Hit me up there. I've got another week and a half at home before I leave for work. I took a week off because of my little baby girl, so I can spend time with her and my wife and give her a hand, help her get on a good schedule. So if you're all interested, hit me up. We'll make it happen. I do hope to spawn these guys again before I send them out, which will probably be in a day or two. And I'm going to raise that batch of fry separately, looking for possibly a backup female for my F1 male until I can find something I like. But yeah, look at him, definitely wanting to spawn again. Male is gorgeous. I can only imagine what he'd look like at 18 inches. Just a freaking boss. Just too bad. Just too bad all you want to do is have sex. It'd be better if all you wanted to do was eat me. So, anyway. This little 55 gallon here. I'll have to zoom in. There's some umbi fry back there. Right now this tank is horribly set up. No background. So these guys have no comfort zones in this tank. I've got about a dozen Project M umbies. These are the only umbi hybrid in the hobby that I am aware of. These are Gorillaz Blue and Blue Umbi cross. I've got about a dozen of them. There's only one batch. World Below is selling these. They're going to go quick, and once they're gone, they are gone. We will have no more of this direct line. Those that buy them may try to go on different paths, and you might get extra off them. But I will be growing some stunners, hopefully some showpieces like Prime, up and running, badasses. We'll try to go around the other side, but they spook pretty easy in this tank. They're about 1.5 inches, 2 inches. I say about 2 inches. Very excited, looking forward to their growth. Now, as I come around to the back here, to my wild doe-bi tank, there's Hades. He's hungry. Female is, you can see her poking her head out of that PVC down there. It's a dark corner. There he goes. Definitely comes out when he wants to eat. Let's see. This is the side of the tank. Female's pretty beat up. I am going to sell this pair. I'm looking for another wild pair. I have seen Magnus. His wild pair is phenomenal. I wish I could get him to send that to me. I'm very particular on what I look for. The male has picked on that female a little bit. She's not my favorite female by any means. This male is gorgeous. He's just not what I want. I mean, I wouldn't have a problem keeping him if I didn't have access to any other doe-bi. But being that this tank is a little bit lower to the ground, makes it hard for fish to come out of their shell. He has come out, obviously, as you can see. I'll go around here to get a better light. He needs a bigger tank, and well, not necessarily just yet, but he definitely needs a tank a little higher off the ground. Look how beautiful he is. Yeah, I don't like the elongated look of these doe-bi. I prefer a stockier, taller bodied. And even if I have to find some F1s to grow out, at least I can have a little more control over how they develop. So yes, this pair is for sale too. I will ship this and my Jags. I will not guarantee live arrival on this doe-bi, as he is over 15 inches. Will be at the buyer's risk. I do have a tranquilizer I could use. I have shipped plenty of fish in the past. Very successful. I have no doubts that this guy won't make it safely. It looks like they might be trying to pair off now. What the hell? I go to make my mind up to sell these bastards, and now they want us to pair off. Oh well. Very beautiful. You can see the purples and the blues. There's horrible lighting on this tank. But he's still a pretty decent looking fish. Still coming out of his shell. So anybody interested, this is the guy that I revived and brought back to life. I was hoping for a little bit more personality. I think if I had him in a bigger tank, his personality would come out easy. He's not much of a glass banger. He is pellet trained, both of them. I've got him eating anything I throw in there, even that female, it looks like. Mice, worms, pellets, shrimp, freeze-dried shrimp. He loves it. But here's my F2 Midas pair, spawned by my F1 Wraps and F1 Roadrunner pair. Both creamsicle. They have spawned before. I really love this pair. I'm going to cut this video short, as I've got to go pick my son up from cross country. So I will come back and do another update. These guys are fantastic. So thank you everybody for hanging out with me, and I'll catch up with you guys later.